Just Paul with you, 7 minutes past 11. I'm joined live in the studio now, Sarah Caron. Is it Caron? Am I saying that right this whole time?
I'm so impressed. You said it right the first time.
Okay, good. I was worried. And I worry about, I say it and then I realize I've already said it and then I think, did I say it right? But I've already said it, so let's just move on. So I wanted to catch it now. So
Nailed it.
How are things in the world of chambers of commerce?
Oh my goodness. We are so good at the Chamber of Commerce. We are rocking and rolling with our economic summit right now. And of course, we just finished our Discover Del Norte edits and it went to print. So
it's out of your hands now?
I wouldn't go that far, but yes, it's close.
Okay.
We're getting final print edit, I believe, the beginning of next week, and then it prints and gets delivered the day before the economic summit.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to unveil that at the summit.
And did we make it in membership wise? Did we get
Absolutely.
into it?
You're in.
All right, cool.
You got it.
So how difficult is it? We were talking beforehand and talking about your work year, all of the many things you do. How difficult is it to put together something like the Economic Summit? Or at this point, does it just kind of everything fall in place every year magically all by itself?
That's precious. No. I would love to say yes, it's a well-oiled machine. I think at this point, because what has happened since I've been there for about a year and a half, and the people previously, the assistant was there 10 years, and the director before, of course, Jersey Jeff, he was there for 4 years. And so I think they had their well-oiled machine as far as how they handled the events. And then when I came in, I kind of wanted to see what we could do to revitalize and just add to events. And of course, with it being all new staff and a new director, trying to kind of update and modernize techniques, there's definitely been some extra work put into the events because of that.
To a certain degree, you do have to kind of reinvent the wheel if you're going all the way back down to brass tacks like that, right? Boy,
Absolutely.
I mixed so many metaphors together in that. Go ahead.
But exactly, that's exactly what happened, where we put a little extra work into an event, but it actually ultimately becomes more successful because of that. So like the 4th of July last year was trying to step back and say, what can we do? What needs improvement? What could we work at harder? And we ended up doubling the numbers from 4th of July last year. So that was absolutely worth every bit of extra energy put into that. What sort
of changes did you make that would enable you to double numbers like that?
Well, I think the biggest change was a big part of my job in the position previously is going out and soliciting sponsorship. And so what we did was we kind of handed a lot of that over to our ambassador program. And so it allowed, about 15 people to go out and solicit sponsorship through different businesses. And we may have gotten a lot of new sponsorship that people hadn't typically been hit up for in the past. I think what happens a lot when you're selling, whether it's advertising or sponsorship or whatever the sales is, you kind of get, when you have a lot on your work plate, you tend to look at what did we do last year? Who do we contact this? And you contact the exact same people that you've contacted in years past.
Resistance,
Right. Well, it's because this has worked and this is great, and there's not a lot of extra time to go hit more people up. And it's unfortunate because I know that there are other people out there that would love to contribute that just never get hit up. And that's kind of what happened with the 4th of July is we reached out to people that had never been contacted or hadn't been contacted for years. And they were more than willing to be a part of the process because the 4th of July is just such an economic boost for our community that everyone wants to show support. And that event really does take the entire community to put together. So it was great to see that the help of that ambassador program. Once again, I look at the pivotal change for last year's show.
Just really, really quickly, what's the ambassador program? Who are the ambassadors?
So we have a group of about 25 people that's led by one of our board members, Cassie Marks. She's our vice president. And she took over with the help of Tiffany Brown last year. They revitalized our ambassador program. And typically what the ambassadors do is they would show up to mixers and, just kind of be there as support. And what they have done is he is the giggles.
So I was thinking, like Public Enemy and the S1Ws? Is that what they are?
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness.
I just had this visual.
Kind of like Biggie and Tupac a little bit, but they definitely support us a lot in the fact that they go out and the ambassador program was revitalized by Cassie, who brought in a new crowd of people to the chamber. And so instead of having the same people at the mixers, we're having new crowds of people that are showing up and going out into the community and supporting. So
Cassie's a younger woman too. Is it a kind of a generational thing? Was she able to sort of bring new?
She brought in her friends and different community, and with her positions in the community, she has been able to make a lot of professional connections with that younger generation.
Fantastic,
and so and it's great to see that younger generation involved.
And there are a lot of organizations struggling with that haven't been able to make that jump like that, to get people in, get new blood in, new interests.
Yeah, and I think that it's helped to revitalize the chamber as well, because instead of having that same core group of people that are showing up to the events, we're kind of having new faces and new energy brought into it, and it really has changed that dynamic, and I think it's incredible.
That's great. That's fantastic. So what sort of new faces, new energy, what's going on with the Economic Summit then?
Economic Summit this year is so exciting because yes, please.
22nd, right? 22nd of this month, so
15th.
15th? Why did I say 22nd?
I don't know, because you're wrong.
I'm a week off. That kind of means something, right?
No, it's perfect. That's why we make sure about this type of stuff.
Exactly.
So it's the 15th.
Don't show up the 22nd. If I'm standing there.
Paul's going to be out there by himself hanging out at Elk Valley Rancheria. But if you want to hang out with the cool dude, go hang out on the 22nd.
That's it. 22nd will be happening. But no. So yes, tell us about the 15th.
So March 15th is our Economic Summit, and it is this year. What we're doing with the Economic Summit is we're going back to our roots. Originally, the Economic Summit was, I believe, the first year it was held was 1994, and the intention of the Economic Summit was to revitalize and excite our community about the state of our economy. And what it kind of ultimately turned into was updates from
It's almost like a State of the Union thing, right?
Right. And I think that there has been some muddling with that, is because some people really want to have that State of the Union and hear the updates because they don't attend the meetings that a lot of us do attend with the Board of Supervisors and the Harbor Commissioners and City Council and Transportation. There's so many different committees going on. And I think a lot of people were utilizing the Economic Summit to get those updates. And what we're doing this year is we still are going to have updates, of course, but we're going to be trying to build on that excitement that's already happening in our community right now, where we have the, so many new and wonderful things happening, and things are actually moving forward. So the theme this year is marketing the future of Del Norte. And our keynote speaker is Senator McGuire, and he always, I don't know if you've had much interaction with him, but he is such an entertainer.
And he really is.
He engages
energetic.
the entire room. He's really a wonderful speaker, and he's doing a great job in his position, and we're honored to have him once again. But the main... our main focus this year at the Economic Summit is, like I said, the future of Del Norte County. So as we've talked about before, we have the rebranding of our community, and that's being unveiled at the Economic Summit.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I'm excited about that. So you've got the what do you call it?
We have Vertigo Marketing.
Vertigo Marketing, what's that?
So Vertigo Marketing is the company out of Bend, Oregon that we hired for our rebranding efforts, and they are actually the company that rebranded Bend, Oregon itself. So this is a huge opportunity for our community to be able to utilize this company that already has an incredible resume. And we just finished year 1 of our 3-year marketing plan, where this year we came up with our logo, our tagline, and our website. And those are the 3 things that are going to be unveiled.
What's our tagline?
Oh, God.
Or no, I can't. Okay, all right. It's going to be unveiled. All right.
March 15th.
March 15th.
Economic Summit. Tickets on sale now.
But I want to start using the tagline now.
I know. You will. Next week. A couple weeks from now. 2 weeks from today. It's all yours. I'll text you in the morning with it.
Would you like... It'd be like a soft unveiling.
Right. Exactly. Right. You could start using it and let your listeners have a sneak peek.
I think it's also cool that you're doing that it's a multi-year contract with Vertigo instead of just having a consultant come in for a couple of months, say, do this, and then disappear. I think that's a very cool relationship to build too.
Absolutely, and it does take more than 1 year or a few months. Yeah. I mean, with the complete overhaul and revitalization of our branding, it really does take time. And these are the experts, and I am going with what they say because they are doing some incredible things at the other communities that they've helped rebrand. Port Orford, Bend, both communities that have had the help of Vertigo and are just flourishing now.
That's beautiful.
With that.
That's good.
So it's really exciting stuff. So Lynette is going to be giving a presentation. She's one of the main people with Vertigo, and she is just absolutely wonderful to work with. She's going to unveil the website, the logo, the tagline, and I think that the community is going to really dig it. We're also going to have an update from the Humboldt Del Norte Film Commission.
Oh, cool.
So that's really exciting stuff because, as you know, Bird Box has just been absolutely instrumental in giving us such an incredible economic boost.
And I love seeing it in the idiom of the nation when that's your Bird Box in that, or you're doing seeing references and memes and things. I'm going, that's us, that's here.
Absolutely. And we just had the Humboldt Del Norte Film Commission Red Carpet Gala last weekend, and it was so great to see that recognition, and part of the presentation was all of the memes that came from Bird Box, and it was so fun to see all of the different, how it really has spread like wildfire. It's not just a local thing that we're excited about Bird Box because it was filmed here. But it was more of, a complete, it broke Netflix kind of a thing where it broke records and it's an international sensation. So wow. We're so excited. And I finally have permission to announce that they recently filmed another movie in Del Norte County.
And we didn't know about it?
It was a small portion.
Okay.
I actually, as a board member, didn't hear about it until after it was done because of the high profile actor.
Wait a minute. Who was here? What is this? What's this?
So we had a portion of A Call of the Wild filmed in Del Norte County with Harrison Ford.
Wow.
So pretty big deal for our community. It's a small section of the movie, but we're claiming it.
Oh, yeah,
and it's really...
When did that happen?
About a month ago.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So we're really excited to have that.
Okay. So it might be because Harrison Ford has a history with this community.
Oh, do tell.
What was the Star Wars movie they did up here? Return of the Jedi?
Return, yeah.
Okay. I guess that he pissed off some locals because he wouldn't sign autographs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't ask him nicely.
Yeah. And now he's like,
Well, I found out a really cool piece of history from one of our volunteers, Sharon McKinney. And she has...
I love Sharon.
I love Sharon more. It's a contest, and I win. Because she is the absolute most wonderful person.
Yeah.
And she is such an instrumental person in our community, and I just think that we are just so lucky to have her. And she's one of our volunteers at the Visitor Center at the Chamber of Commerce. And she has been for many, many years. She's been there and come back, and she's just a wonderful being.
Yeah.
And when I was telling her I was preparing for that Red Carpet Gala, she said, "Oh, well, where's that?" I told her, "Oh, it's in the Eureka Theater."
Oh, did she drop some history on you?
Oh, she dropped a big old history bomb. And she told me that she used to babysit Lloyd and Jeff and Bo Bridges.
When they were kids?
When they were kids in the Eureka Theater. In the apartment, the swanky apartment above the Eureka Theater. And she was neighbors with their mother who lived in Eureka.
Wow.
And so I just thought that was so wonderful. I got to announce that as I was accepting an award for Seaquake at the event.
That's awesome.
And it was a fun piece of history from Humboldt and Del Norte counties.
Because Lloyd Bridges used to own the Surf Hotel. That's what I've heard.
I hadn't heard that.
He was at least part owner of the Surf Hotel at some point because he really loved the fishing up here.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I hadn't heard any
But
of
again,
that.
that's something my dad said. So who knows?
Right.
There's a connection between the Bridges family and Crescent City, Del Norte County.
How wonderful. Yeah, I guess their mother lived in Eureka. And
Sharon was babysitting.
Yeah, Sharon babysat them. I thought that was so great.
Sharon's great for history like that. I haven't encountered, so maybe you do love her more, because I've never gotten personal history like that.
Oh, do you want to know my absolute favorite personal history of her? And I'm hoping that she's okay with me sharing this.
Okay.
She was the absolute first pregnant woman to go to HSU.
Really?
Yeah, I just think that that's such an amazing part of our history, and the way she was treated while she was there, and when she graduated, just the honor of having, being able to prove everyone wrong, and
that would have been like 60 years ago, right? Because she's in her 80s now,
right? I think she's 83,
and still walking around everywhere.
Well, that's
which is
the best
amazing.
part. She's the most youthful, vibrant 83, very 60-plus-year-old woman that I know.
Yes, no, and
she's wonderful.
And should we all be when we're however old that is?
Right.
No, Sharon's wonderful. Okay, I want to have her on. I want to hear about that. I did not know. Wow.
I'm sure she would love that. Either that or she's going to kill me for that.
She's
either way. I love you, Sharon.
I can't see Sharon killing people for
no.
knowing things. That doesn't seem like. Okay, so
Economic Summit.
You've got the presentation from Vertigo, the things you are unveiling, new website, and it is not. You told me there are differences with this website, so it's not, strictly speaking, the Visitor Bureau tourism website. It also encompasses now the chamber side as well, right?
Right. Since I saw you last, I was fingers crossed last time I was here that the board was going to approve the new website, and they did.
Oh, good.
So it is definitely the Visitors Bureau website. It's a complete visiting website, but now we're going to have a tab for the Chamber of Commerce, which is what a lot of chambers that are with Visitors Bureau combined, that's what they do. And the Vertigo is designing our website, and it's absolutely incredible for the Visitors Bureau. So we are just piggybacking on that and getting a tab and revitalizing our website and the access that we have to it. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. We're not going to have the chamber portion unveiled because we just got that approved. This specifically that's being unveiled at the Economic Summit is going to be just for the Visitors Bureau section.
Can you describe it all? Just some of the differences. I mean, I don't know if people out there are well, they can still go to the current Explore Del Norte.
Please don't.
Nah, go ahead. Go. It's like a
time travel.
It is like time travel. It's like all of a sudden it's like 1998.
Right. You hear a modem going in the background.
That's it exactly. Yeah. You can print it all out on a dot matrix printer or something like that. But it is, and I'm scared that, at least in my experience, now I've reached a point where I can look at a website and go, oh, how old-fashioned. But it hasn't changed in a long time. Can you sort of talk about what changes without getting into specifics?
Sure, of course. Of course, it has a much fresher look. There's a lot more links and connections.
More pictures?
It's mainly pictures, right?
Good.
That's how our media has changed over the years, is people are so much more visual now. So it's a lot of incredible photos. They had a professional photo shoot in Del Norte County, but then they also are outsourcing some of our local photographers.
There are a lot of very talented local photographers.
Absolutely. And I just made contact with a photographer out of Humboldt County named Zach Stanton, and he was working with the airport. He actually did the construction as well as the photos for the airport. And I started looking on his website and realized his photos are just amazing. He takes a lot of Humboldt County, but he comes up here all the time because he appreciates the beauty of Del Norte County. And so he allowed us to use some of his photos for the Discover Del Norte, and his photos actually on the cover. And it's just absolutely a beautiful perspective of the forks at near Second Bridge, of the Middle Fork and the South Fork confluence. And so it's just absolutely amazing to have this kind of talent in being able to be showcased in our community. The other thing that they've done is they've started an Instagram, visitdelnorte.com. Del Norte. So that's something huge for us that we hadn't had before. So we're going to start having, different contests where if you hashtag the Visit Del Norte in whatever photos you're taking out there, and just starting to get that rolling and that exposure
that
in
makes a
the
lot
social
of sense. That's cool.
media world, right? People
Yeah.
are doing it anyway, but
Yeah.
at least now they have a hashtag to go to associate with that.
Wonderful.
So
Will that be up and running by the 22nd, by the unveiling as well?
it's up and running now.
Instagram's already going.
Instagram
Okay.
has definitely been a soft opening, and it's going to be unveiled at the Economic Summit as well.
All right. If you do Instagram, get on there. And is it, what's the account? What's it under?
Visit Del Norte.
Just Visit Del Norte. Okay. Yeah. Go and follow Visit Del Norte. That's beautiful. Cool. Okay. We will do that because we have our Instagram as well.
Perfect.
I've had the Instagram long enough to actually, or short enough to actually go, hey, I have an Instagram too.
Sure. I'm impressed. I have an
don't.
account, and apparently I hadn't checked it for about 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And my friend sent me a message, and now what he does is he'll send me a text and say, check your Insta. So I log in about twice a year or something. But the reality is it's kind of silly that I don't do it. I think it's just one social media platform for me right now has been plenty for me personally. But the reality is,
you're not sitting around looking for more things to do.
Well, I am bored a lot of the times, So, but the reality is, if we want to be current, that Insta and Facebook are the bare minimums of what we need to be doing if we want to be current with the Chamber and the Visitors Bureau and most businesses in the community. If you want to tap into any of the millennial money that's coming through, that's really the reality of things, is getting on board with how they do their research.
Yeah, exactly. That was, every, you can say what you will about rack cards and getting things out there and pamphlets and stuff, but just about every vacation starts with Google search first.
Absolutely. And that's kind of what the Visitors Bureau site is going to be able to help with all of that. Of course, people can still request a guide, and you'd be surprised how many requests we actually get for still paper products, because there is the whole baby boomer generation who feels more comfortable with that tangible piece of paper in their hand that they can look or print before they print out the MapQuest whatever, however they travel. And that really does still happen quite a bit. So we are trying to accommodate both, so that depending on whatever your platform is, we have accessible information.
So the 15th, the Economic Summit, we've got your keynote speaker is State Senator Mike McGuire. I remember on election night, it was like right off the bat, both Mike McGuire and Jared Huffman, like I'm waiting for returns. And like, boom, like right off the bat, they were 70%. Both of them were like, ow. Wow. And when you meet either one of these guys, go to the Economic Summit and just meet Mike McGuire. You see exactly why and how that happens, because they're both so on top of everything and
absolutely
good guys.
And engaging and really working towards the better.
And what's Mike? He's like 23. How old is Mike McGuire? He's like.
I don't want to project.
I call him the boy senator, is what I.
Well, and he has that history where he started out as
on the
city council at 13 or
something.
It
was like school board or something that he started.
Is that what it was? Okay. I
just
know that he started his political career at a very young age and has moved up quickly. I think that he's probably in his 40s by this point.
You think in his 40s, really?
You should Google that at some point.
No, let's just speculate. Let's speculate based on half-truths.
Right. I would say 41. That's what I'm going
41.
with.
I'm saying I'm
if
still
we're wagering.
Still in the 30s.
Okay.
Is that too vague?
No, I think that's good.
38.
38. Okay. All right.
41 to 38. We'll just ask him.
My goodness.
Okay, so you've got Mike McGuire speaking. You've got a presentation from Vertigo about marketing Del Norte. You're unveiling Discover and Explore and other things unveiling that day. What else is being unveiled?
The Discover Del Norte magazine.
Exactly. Discover magazine, the Explore Del Norte site.
And it's not going to be Explore Del Norte. It's going to be Visit Del Norte.
I'm sorry.
The Explore Del Norte is going to be routed to, if people still have that, it'll be rerouted to the Visit Del Norte. But the website is Visit Del Norte.
Good. And that's more in line, too, with other tourism-oriented videos or websites from other counties, as well as Visit California, right? That
Absolutely.
kind of is the same sort of branding. Then
exactly.
That way,
Yep.
What else is happening at the summit?
So another really exciting thing is we're going to be having to get the youth involved. You know, we want the youth involved in this because they are the future, right? So not only do we have tables from, I think we have 3 or 4 tables with Del Norte High School economics class students at this summit to see what it's like to go to attend a summit and to get the information themselves, to excite the youth, because we're not just trying to excite business owners that are current business owners, but potential business owners, for people to get excited to stay in our community or go get their education and life experience and come back to our community.
You have kids, right?
I have one.
One? How old is your child?
She's 9.
9. Any inkling yet? Because I knew with mine, like right away, one's going to leave the county as soon as she can. And that's exactly what happened. Do you have any inkling yet? You think she's going to?
She definitely talks about college and moving away, but she wants to stay somewhere close. She suddenly has in her head that she wants to go to Ivy League. And I told her, well, you know, if you want to stay close and go to Ivy League, we may have some discussions. But she wants to be an orthodontist.
Oh, wow.
And so and this has been going on for years now, so
Really?
it's sticking. I don't know why, but cool. I think it's wonderful. I want to support her in whatever. But she definitely she loves this community and our area. And she's an outdoorsy girl. So this is a mecca for her. And so she definitely talks about going to college and then coming back and living on the river. You know, that's kind of her gig. But I don't know. She also gets these ideas of grandeur and says, oh, New York and oh, Paris. And, you know, and she's 9. So, you know, exactly. But I think that, you know, I would be happy with whatever she chose. But of course, I would love for her to be back in the community offering what she can to our community as well.
I think there's a lot, I mean, just the history. Everybody sort of, for years and years and years, I photographed like almost every high school senior, right? Like my dad did before me. And there were so few who were at that point in their lives talking about staying. Everybody was about getting out. And I understand being a young person, wanting to see new things, wanting to see the world, wanting to get out here. But just worried about the viability of a community that can't hold on to its young people.
Absolutely. And I was definitely that youth as well, where I grew up here and it was, you know, it was like turned 18 and graduated from high school and moved away and said, I am never coming back. And then I came back and I've traveled, you know, moved to Arizona and Colorado and different places. And ultimately I came back because my mom was terminally ill and I came back to help take care of her. And I got a job at the Chamber of Commerce. And what happened was I ended up standing at the counter telling everyone about the wonderful things about our community.
Oh, wow. Did you talk yourself into it?
I thought, oh my gosh, I have traveled the world. I really had at that point. And nothing has what we have. Yeah. And I think if you take that, you know, if you're surrounded by people that are speaking negatively about, oh, there's nothing to do here, you know, that's such a common thing we hear in our youth. There's nothing to do here. Well, let me tell you, there is so much to do here, but you just have to go out and find it. Yeah. And, you know, we have culture. We have different shopping experiences. We have restaurants popping up that are just incredible. We have an outdoor mecca in this community, and there is so much to do. And I think it's just, if some people are just Debbie Downers, they're going to be Debbie Downers, and that's just the reality of it.
For a lot of years, we as a community was Debbie Downer, and that's what's nice to see. You know, the chamber actively trying to change that. And
it is a matter of changing that narrative, because even if, you know, we stop that negativity now and just move forward, it takes years to have that ripple effect. Yeah. And so being able to speak positively about what's happening in here in front of everyone at the stores, when you're having any kind of conversation, it really does start to change that narrative. And I'm starting to see it and feel it, but it does take the commitment from the entire community to be able to pull that off. And a part of that for me is being able to have some sort of customer service training for our tourist-based restaurants, hotels, attractions, where people can, you know, customer service is 90% of why people come back. And so really trying to start to change that narrative of all of our customer service being the reason why people stay and come back.
How can you give me an example? What you're thinking
so
with that?
I'm thinking of a panel of experts in the customer service industry and some customer service 101 training for businesses going into the tourist season. That's what I'm envisioning.
Covering what sorts of things? Just how
basics.
How to be polite.
How are you?
How to engage.
Eye contact. Smiling. I mean, the basic conversation. What we would think with people who have good customer service we would think would be common sense, but it's not.
Yeah, it's true.
And especially with I'm seeing people in this younger generation that the basic common sense stuff may be skipping, maybe because of digitalizing things, or people coming to me, youth coming to me that don't know how to fill out an envelope. I mean, that to me just kind of blows my mind that we've lost that somewhere along the way. But just going back to the basics and offering that as a service to our community, because it is about the grand picture and bringing the vibration of everything up. Yeah,
I didn't know if you were also, since your server in whatever context, if you're a tourist, is kind of your point of entry into the community. If to inculcate in that server kind of a boosterism for Del Norte County. If you're going to be doing this, you might check this out, and just offering things like that. That might be asking too much from a training sesh, but still.
Right. Well, and that's what I just recently did with Seaquake. I went down and they had me come down and give a tourism training.
Oh, wow. Great.
And that to me that's such a catalyst for what we need in this community, is to be able to have the business owner say, hey, this is a service we need to offer. And of course, during that training, I said, I know you're here to make the money, but this is going to help you. If you don't have to give them a ton of information, but having basic knowledge and a reference guide to give them more information will boost that tip for you. So it's just a matter of kind of wrapping the brains around, how much customer service really does affect every aspect of business, no matter what, whether it's government, nonprofit, or restaurant, hospitality.
It's that human interaction there that is kind of the base of
Absolutely.
any impression like that. All right, so Mike McGuire, Vertigo, unveiling the Discover and the Visit Del Norte. You've got the youth being there. What else is going on?
So the other part of the youth engagement is with Wild Rivers Community Foundation, where we're partnering with them and they're one of their youth programs, and they are making a video
Excellent.
of some of our marketing superstars in our community. So that they're out interviewing, getting the information, and this is a youth project for the Economic Summit.
And will the video be shown there? Is that what
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the video will be shown at the Economic Summit, like I said, highlighting our marketing superstars. We're going to also be having a panel of city, harbor, and county representatives. They're going to get about 5 minutes to talk about exciting things that happened in the last year, and about 5 minutes each to talk about exciting things that are happening this year. So just kind of that update portion that we're still keeping in there. And then it's something that's really exciting that's happening this year is, and it's a little different. So this is one thing I'm so excited about. So like I said, the purpose of this event is to be able to excite our community about the state of economy in Del Norte County and the potential that we have here. We're going to be having a gentleman who recently moved to our community, who's an entrepreneur, his name is Adam Goldstein, and he's a new community member, and his name was brought up to me as someone that has moved to our community, is an affluent entrepreneur who has chosen Del Norte County specifically to come here and build his empire. And he is one of our speakers. And so he's going to tell people about the potential and excite them.
Wow.
And then they're going to have an opportunity to ask questions.
Can I, what kind of empire are we talking about?
I believe it's a social media web app type thing and then he's real estate type of gentleman. Quite frankly, I've never met him. I'm the things I've heard, I'm so impressed with, and the people that have been talking to me about him really tell me that he is just this dynamic speaker, and he has a lot of incredible insight as to what can help boost the economy in Del Norte County.
And that's amazing to hear firsthand too about what attracted somebody to come and bring their enterprise here and to stick and to stay. That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We're also going to be having updates from Bill Wigley. He's the president of the Board of Realtors. So we're going to get to hear what's happening with our real estate in our community. That's an incredible update opportunity for us that a lot of us may not know about and are interested in. So it'll be nice to hear an update from the realtors.
Yeah, that impacts so many people here. Everybody, I mean, if you're looking for a place to rent, if you're looking to sell your house, if you're looking to, is the market going up? Is the market going down? What's the forecast for it? You okay?
Yeah.
You're looking at your phone like a kid.
I was looking at my notes for the interview, sir. Just making sure I had everything covered for the summit. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Are there other things that you need to get?
No, I think that's pretty good. It's going to be tickets are on sale now.
Okay, where and how?
Chamber of Commerce. You can call us at 464-3174, or you can email Kyle at chamber@delnorte.org. And tickets are $30 now, $35 at the door. It includes coffee in the morning and then a full lunch in the afternoon.
How much are tickets?
$30. Yeah, so $30. So
and you guys sell out like every year, right?
Every year we sell out. So we say $35 at the door, but I would definitely encourage people to purchase their tickets ahead of time. And we do have some sponsorship opportunities available if anyone's interested. Some of the sponsorship includes tickets and a banner at the front and a exhibitor table in the back. So if you want to be able to go there and talk about whatever your business is, it's a good opportunity because there's a lot of like-minded individuals from our community that are going to be at this summit that are movers and shakers.
How much is the table?
$100.
$100, huh? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
It's a great deal for that type of exposure. For $100, you get a table at the back and all of your information on there. And of course, it's a tax write-off. Don't forget that, business owners.
I was thinking about doing it for KFUG, actually. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be a great opportunity. Tables sell out quickly. So if it's something you're interested in, definitely for the exhibitor booth, definitely let me know.
What I want to do as well is write and record something about this, just reminding people it's happening, telling them how to get tickets and things that'll be going, the things that we've talked about that we can sort of play as a PSA for the next couple of weeks, just to keep people out there until the tickets are also. And I definitely will be going to this. I have so many times, and this is my own confession. Last 2 or 3 years it's been like this. It's like somebody will mention the economic summit and I'm like, oh, is that today? And like, yeah, it's today. Oh, and so I haven't had advanced warning, even though I knew Jeff.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of times what happens is it just gets emailed out to the people that are chamber members and not necessarily and advertised locally. But I think the people that are so dialed into it, they know it's coming. They know what month
it's
it is.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And last year was my first summit that I had ever attended, and the focus last year was outdoor recreation in Del Norte County and the economic impact that our outdoor recreation and possibilities have in this community. Yeah. And it's just really thinking outside that box and changing that narrative of how we look at tourism in our community.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And years overdue. And thank you very much for doing that.
It's my pleasure. It's such an honor to have this position and be able to help move this community in that direction. And I just feel so honored to be here, and I appreciate this time with you.
Back at you.
Shucks. It's true, though. Thank you.
All right. So Economic Summit coming up March 15th. Hours?
9:30 to 2:30.
You may have told me that already, and I didn't write it down. 9:30 to 2:30, and you get coffee.
Coffee in the morning, full lunch
Oh, a full lunch.
Yeah, full lunch in the afternoon.
Where's the food coming from?
Elk Valley Rancheria.
All right.
Elk Valley Casino's catering, and the menu looks incredible. The staff has been great to deal with Elk Valley Rancheria, and we also, of course, have chairman that's going to be giving us an introduction in the morning.
We haven't mentioned where, but it's
Yes.
at the community center, right?
Correct.
At the Elk Valley.
Elk Valley in the Sam Lopez room.
Oh, have they named the room? That's the first time I've heard that that the room is named. Right, that's the big room right there.
It was at least had that name last year, I know.
Okay.
So yeah, Sam Lopez room. It's the big, nice chamber room at Elk Valley Rancheria, and it's an incredible facility. And I'm so glad that they are helping to sponsor this event.
Excellent. All right, I will be there.
Perfect.
I
Thank
bet
you
a
so much.
Bunch of people will be there. I'm looking forward to several pieces of that. Actually, that's going to be really cool. Sarah, thank you. Anything else?
No way. Have a great day.
Are you getting downtown today at all?
You know it. Oh, of course. Live downtown. It's First Friday. They're doing a history downtown tonight.
What are they doing?
So they're going to be...
I have in like 15 minutes. I'm calling Billy to talk about all of this on the air.
So tell her.
Tell me what I know.
So, so they're going to be doing a history. Each month they have a little trail and game that they allow people to play, or they have people play to get them involved in the businesses.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a scavenger hunt, and this time it's a history walk. And so they're going to the different businesses and having little riddles about different businesses and the history and where it is now, and pre-tsunami, post-tsunami, and it's going to be really fun. I'm excited about that.
That's really cool.
And then after that, of course, is JC's weekend this weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And so the community should prepare for this, because we have so many people coming into our community, and I just want to thank the JCs for everything that they do to boost the economic impact in our community for this weekend.
Every year.
This is the 51st tournament.
Right in the middle of the winter.
Right in the middle of the winter, where we need the economic boost the most. And if you're able to go out and support, I'll be selling sweatshirts tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 at the high school. So if you want to stop by and sling some sweatshirts, they're also, if you're looking to help volunteer, they're still looking for some volunteers. So you can reach the chamber at 464-3174. We can get you connected with the JCs. And I just think that if you can go out and support the JCs in any way, that would be a really great way to give back to your community.
So yeah, the restaurants will be bursting. There probably isn't an empty hotel room. Right. Yeah. And it's all basketball, which makes me super happy.
Every single junior high school and every high school and junior high school gym, with the exception of Gasky and Klamath, is utilized during this weekend. Yeah,
they used to use Foursquare too. They did all kinds of any court anywhere they could get. So, and that makes me so happy. That's just a good vibe, a good basketball vibe all weekend long, and it's a lot of fun to go watch these kids play basketball. So that's the basketball side. It's great for the community as well, I hear. It's also good for the game. All right, Sarah, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in and talking about all of this and keeping us informed and enthused.
Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.